So in this lesson, we will learn how we can create a volume jog in this area, just like I showed you in the beginning of the lessons. So first of all, whatever I don't need, I will hide that. So I only need the Walkman base. I will select the Walkman base, and then I will press Control I. So it will inverse my selection, and then H to hide whatever was selected. And I will keep this selected on my screen. Now, here is the part where I need the volume jog. So to create the volume jog, I will press Shift A, mesh, and I will choose the cylinder which is the closest mesh that matches the volume jog. Now, what I need here is that I need some like a lot of vertices here to create the effects of the volume jog. So maybe 100, I think should be fine. Or maybe 90 should be fine. And after that, I will bring this up here, press S on the keyboard to make it smaller. Okay, too small. Okay. Now, should be this big. Okay, this is fine. So S again and Z to scale it on like vertically. So that should be fine. This is the volume jog. So I can put wherever I want the volume jog to be. So I have to find the right location for it. For example, somewhere here. Okay, is a good place. And how much I want this much, but first let's create it and then we will place it. Once I have the cylinder ready, I will go to the object, I will go to apply and apply scale, so that if I'm applying any edit, like if I'm doing any modeling on it in the edit mode, so it won't create any issue. So I will press tab on the keyboard, and what I will do, I need all these faces here. I don't need the top face, so I will press 3 on the keyboard to go in the faces mode. I will press shift, deselect the top, shift, deselect the bottom, and only these are selected. So first of all, I need each one of them to be divided individually. So I will press I on the keyboard, and what it will do is that it will start insetting. If I will press I again, so it will start insetting individually. So this is how I want this to be. Okay. And once this is like you can say the size I want, once I'm satisfied with that, I will just press OK. And then what I'm going to do, I will extrude it, and I will do extrude individual, and then I will start extruding these outwards. I think this much should be fine. Okay. So not too much or not too less. So this should be fine. A little bit more. So when I'm done with this extrusion, so I will go outside my edit mode by pressing tab, and now I'm in the object node. So now what I'm going to do here is that I will simply select this, go to my add modifier. In the generate, I will choose bevel option. Now in the bevel option, you can choose offset mode, or you can use the width mode. It's totally up to you. So you can increase the amount of the bevel you want. So I will increase this much amount. Let's keep it offset, and then I will choose segments as much I want the segments here to make it smoother. Okay, a little bit more amount. Okay, one more thing is that I don't want any limit method, so I will choose none. So offset should be fine. Even if I increase it, it won't do much of a difference. And then what I'm going to do is that I will apply this bevel. The reason to apply the bevel here is that if you are exporting this to any external like software like Substance 3D Painter, so you can have the same result. Otherwise, it will not show you the same result. Okay, now I need to place this here. So what I want is that I want a hole to be applied here. Now the hole should be the equal same size of this jog. So I will do that hole with the box. Okay, cube. So Shift A, mesh, cube. Okay, so once we have the cube, I will select. I will first make sure everything is deselected. So I want to bring the cube exactly to this location. So what I want is that I want to first deselect everything, select the cube, then press Shift, select the jog, then Shift S and choose selection to active. So the cube will like move where the volume jog is. Now I will rotate it, and with the Alt key or Option key if you're using Mac, you can snap this here. Now I can turn on my wireframe mode here and select the cube and scale it up so that it can fit to this position. So I will scale, press S here, give it a little bit space, then S again, then Z to scale it here. Okay. So this will be for the hole actually. And I want to duplicate this same cube, but this time the duplicate one will be a little bigger. Why? Because that will be for the panel line. So I will press Shift D on the keyboard. You can see it is duplicating now. I will press right click. So it will go, it will be placed on exact the same position where the original is. Now I will scale it up by pressing S on the keyboard, scale it a little bit more, then SZ to scale it for a height, and I will keep it even height so it will look like it will get the same space here. Now I will go outside my wireframe mode and go to the viewport shading mode. Now first I will choose the original cube, object, apply, scale, then I will choose the duplicated one, object, apply, scale. Now I will hide this duplicated one so that I can work on the original one. First of all, I don't want this to be a little bit like, I don't want it to be square. I want it to have a little bit rounded edges. So I will select this cube, press tab, go to my like edges mode by pressing 2 on the keyboard or clicking here. I will select all these edges with the Shift key, Control B or Command B if you're using Mac, and slight like round here, and then you can see how many segments you want. Maybe I will add 10. Okay, now width here can be 0.18. That's it. So what I can do here is that I can go outside my edit mode by pressing tab on the keyboard. I will select my Walkman base, add modifier, go to the Boolean, take the object picker, take this object, and then I will hide this cube to see if everything is okay. Now, if you will get this sort of a result, so try fast, and if you press fast here, you will get what you were looking for. Now, once you have this result, what you can do here is you can go here to this like arrow, click on it and apply. Once you will apply it, it will become like it will be applied on your Walkman base, and you can export it to any third-party 3D application. Now I don't need this cube because it is already applied. I will select this cube and delete it. Now I will take the duplicated cube, unhide it, and then I will press tab to go to its edit mode. Okay, and select these as well, and I will snap to this front view as well. Turn on my wireframe mode, Control B for the like a bevel. Okay, and I will try to bevel it up, but not same as what I did before, because I need it to have like a realistic you can say the kind of offset here. So it should be smaller than like what we did, or like, you know, it should be balanced. So I think if I will go here in the width, try to reduce the width something like this. If I will use 0.18 like I'd used before, so this is the result I'm going to get. So I have to be smaller than that. So what I'm going to do is that I will just reduce it smaller, maybe something like this, okay? Or, yeah. And then go back to the viewport shading, press tab so I can go out. I will take my Walkman base, add modifier, generate Boolean, take this Boolean, but this time I'm not going to subtract it just like what I did before. I have to go. I will go to the cube, the duplicated one, the one which I'm using right now, and add a generate solidify modifier to it, and hide this cube. And when I hide it, you will notice that it is applying the solidify gap here, and it's creating a panel line, just like what we did for the buttons. But make sure this is selected because it is hidden. You cannot see, but you can see the properties of the select solidify. So I will try to reduce this solidify a little bit so it will show the gap, but it won't make like a ugly looking result here. Okay, so 0.002 should be fine. I will go to the option here with this arrow. Okay, and on my Walkman base, I will go to the Walkman base, then I will go to the Boolean, and I will apply the Boolean here. Now, once I will apply the Boolean, I will have the solidify effects. So I can go to the cube 001. I don't have to apply the solidify. I don't have to do anything because now I don't need this. I will just delete it. You can keep it if you want. If you're not, if you want to work on it, furthermore, but make sure you are not applying any modifier unless you are satisfied with the result. I was satisfied with the result, so that's why I applied it. Now, one more thing you can do, you can go back to this Walkman base, press tab, okay, deselect everything. If I will press hover here and press L on the keyboard, this part will be selected. Okay, so once this part is selected, I can go to its base, okay, and then go to the X-ray mode. This is basically the face mode I am in, and I have I turn on the X-ray, and I don't want this to be selected, so I will press Control and then create a selection here. So whatever I have selected is now deselected. I can go back. I can go outside the X-ray mode, and you can see only this is selected. So simply, what I can do is that I can press E on the keyboard to extrude it a little bit. So you can choose the edges, choose these edges that are selected, and the one that you don't want, like suppose I don't want this edge to be selected, I will deselect this edge, go here, Control, deselect this edge, so only these edges will be selected. So now if I will press Control B on the keyboard, and I can bevel this part. So this can also work. Okay, and once you are satisfied, you can press tab on the keyboard. You can see outside how it will look like. So this is how you can create a volume jog. If you want, you can move this more outwards, but that will not look nice. So keep it a little bit outside, but not a lot. Okay, and one more thing you can do here is that you can make this jog bigger, okay, by scaling it up this much, okay, and then you can pull this inside. So this could be like another way of creating this. And then what else you can do is that you can hide all these so that you can see how it looks like as a final result. Now, next class we will create a headphone jack like pin input here, and adapter, AC adapter, AC/DC adapter, whatever for the power we can create here as well. Okay, so I hope this is clear now.